Hello everyone, Nordic Beast here. So I haven't posted in 3 weeks, and the reason why is maybe a week after the summer landing event started, my family and we went on vacation, or holiday, depending on where you're from. And we went to Mackinac Island, which is in northern Michigan. And if you guys take a look here, there's a picture of the family and I. And this picture here is of the harbor from Fort Mackinac, which is a Civil War era fort. That's up there. And you look at these couple of pictures here are of the Mackinac Bridge. So, we had a great time. It was wonderful. We spent a couple of days there. We were home maybe a day, and then we went downstate to take my stepson to see his dad for like a week and a half. And so we were downstate for a couple of days seeing family and stuff, and then we finally came home. So I got behind on a couple of stars for a worthy reason. So it's taken me a while to be able to get the Myrsky. So I finally have the Myrsky, and I, surprisingly, like it. I do wish they would shave a little bit of that turn time off. I still feel, from everything I've read about it, the aircraft was actually quite maneuverable and nimble. And as I stated in my previous video, it has a larger wing area and a lighter weight than an ME-109. So, I don't know. I feel like it should have better turn time. However, the rest of its performance, I think, is pretty satisfactory for what I've read about the aircraft. Its climb rate is around about 2,000 feet per minute without war emergency power, or about 10 meters per second. With war emergency power, you're looking at about 3,000 feet per minute, or 15 meters a second, which is pretty par for the course, especially for 2.3. The roll rate on the aircraft is incredible. Well, not incredible, but it's good. It's not FW190, but it's definitely impressive. It's faster roll rate than most of what you're going to be up against. Its top speed, about 330 miles an hour, maybe a little more at altitude, but that's also pretty par for the course. Firepower is kind of a mixed bag. So those 50 cals, all nose mounted, all hitting, you don't need any convergence. They just, bam, they are damage dealers. The ammo options, I had guessed it was either going to be like, well, I thought either American belts or it was going to be Soviet belts because they have 50 caliber rounds as well. They're slightly larger, but similar. Well, it turns out there's a third option, which was the Finns are just going to use whatever the hell they want. And so they get their own belts. And a lot of people are using the ground attack belts, which is fine. It's all AP rounds, AP and APT. And you get 26 millimeter a pen, and it punches through the top of vehicles at its BR quite well. And so that's nice. And it's also good against things like the IL-2, where if you get behind an IL-2, it's almost impossible to shoot them down with 50 cals. You get the armor piercings, you're good to go. I like to take the air belt, which is one APT round and the rest is incendiary. Also a good option because you're setting fire to whatever the hell you're hitting. But I tried to use that against an IL-2 and it did not work. The only bombs I've used are the 100 kilograms. I haven't really had a reason to take the 50 kilogram bombs. You know, sometimes if you don't have enough points, that's all you can take, but I haven't ran into that yet. So I've used it in air RB maybe twice, and otherwise I've used it in ground RB, and I find it to be a pretty effective aircraft. Usually I get one ground kill, and then at least one aircraft kill. Sometimes I might strafe a vehicle or two. Sometimes I might get another aircraft or two in, air combat. But I've definitely noticed, due to that lack of turn rate, you better get that whatever you're shooting at first try. Otherwise, it can be difficult to get back onto your opponent. You're not fast enough to get away in a lot of situations, especially in ground RB, because people have a lot of energy diving down. So keep that in mind. Now, the Myrsky, I will say, is surprisingly good at maintaining energy. Once you've dove on a target, as long as you don't turn too much, you can actually pull up and zoom climb respectably well. And that's really where it shines. Now, I don't feel that's what the aircraft should be. However, that is how it is usable in the game. So it's not bad. It's just different than I expected. So, a couple little things I ended up reading about the aircraft is apparently at slow speed, it had a tendency to dip on the left wing when it would stall. Otherwise, its handling characteristics were wonderful. I guess the Finns tried to put leading edge slats on the wings. The prototype that they did that with ended up diving straight into the ground, plowing into soft clay, killing the pilot, and the aircraft was never recovered due to the soft clay. So that kind of sucked. And also, a lot of the information that they used from this aircraft was used in the Myrsky, which, if you notice, the airframes are very, very similar. Not identical, especially the tail area. The cockpit is almost identical as well, because I guess the ergonomic layout of the cockpit was excellent. So that's my thoughts on the aircraft. What are yours? Let me know in the comments down below. Lastly, I also got the Japanese amphibious tank, surprisingly good vehicle, and I am also working towards the BDM-4. I'll let you guys know what I think of that when I get it. So, hope you guys enjoyed the video. See you guys in the next one.